There are many ways to make money on the internet, and one of the ways that I have historically been talking about on this channel is Patreon. Patreon is one of the best ways to monetize your content as a content creator. Whether you're doing reaction content like me, whether it's in a field of talking about podcasts, whether you're an artist, there's multiple ways that you can utilize this platform to make money. Now, for us particularly, we talk about building a lot of our channels in public. I've shown you guys a lot of my analytics beforehand when it relates to my anime channels, and I've also shown you guys some of the analytics when it relates to music channels. I've been creating on YouTube for about 13 years now, and I've been using Patreon as one of the general ways to monetize. And Patreon actually has released a very important update that's going to affect a lot of content creators. So they are testing doing a native live video feature where creators can stream 24/7, and this news literally was just breaking, and a lot of people don't understand just how big this actually is. Now, live streaming, as we know, has been usually held between Twitch. Twitch is like the king of live streaming platforms, even though Twitch doesn't really earn Amazon any money. After Twitch, it's YouTube for the most part, right? Because YouTube just generates so many hours, and we already know that if you stream on YouTube, the real power is in the VOD afterwards, right? For something like Twitch, when you're streaming, while you're streaming, you're not really growing. So that's why you have to utilize a plethora of different platforms to essentially migrate your audience over there. Or it's a lot of people will say, get lucky with, you know, find somebody finding you at the right time, clipping your content and posting it onto a site like Reddit or Twitter and blowing up and going viral. You know, or maybe you might have a content creator that's on Twitch raid you or host you. You know, that's what used to happen for a lot of people way back in the day, because Twitch doesn't really have the best platform for, I guess you could say, discovery when it comes to discovering new content creators, because usually it's just the people on top who benefit the most, while the people on the bottom have to continue to grind off of Twitch in order to grow on that platform. But Patreon offering live streaming changes things a bit, or should I say even more drastically. As a content creator that uses Patreon a lot, you know, this native live streaming feature is massive, because now you have a platform where you're already hosting your content on, and you can continue to publish that VOD as, you know, you would do normally another video. Now, a lot of people on Patreon, like I mentioned before, I've shown multiple different accounts on this YouTube channel of literally creators making like over 100K a month, right, from just reaction videos, whether it's, you know, TV shows, music, whether it's, you know, anime, like in the field that I'm in. There's also a lot of different artists who post their work on Patreon, whether it is, you know, 18 plus or not. And there's a lot of people who can make money now with the advent of live streaming, especially because they're looking at utilizing third-party tools such as Crowdcast, YouTube, OBS, Vimeo, which Patreon already has partnerships with Vimeo for you to post your videos onto, you know, Vimeo immediately. And just like how creators can just upload directly to Patreon now and have a general like 500 hours, I believe that most people start off at 200 and then can ask for more and more hours afterwards. But this, yes, this literally does change the game. It is game changing, because for a lot of people, when they create content on Twitch, for instance, what I used to have to do is live stream on Twitch and then upload my VOD directly to Patreon afterwards. Now, when it comes to multi-streaming, what I can do is literally multi-stream on Twitch and Patreon and immediately have the VOD saved on Patreon to begin with, and I don't have to do the extra legwork because it's going to be saved on Patreon anyways, right? So you just think about this being more efficient and increasing productivity that way. This also does allow for other content creators to utilize, you know, special live stream features where you're only streaming for your patrons themselves, and that also can create, you know, newer tiers and newer types of engagement. I believe that this feature is going to be absolutely powerful. Right now they're only going to be opening it up to a limited amount of creators, and that's fine because they want to beta test it most likely with the amount of people that they are, like with the top creators most likely on Patreon. Maybe they might open it up to a little bit of smaller tier creators, but in the very long run, this is going to be available to everybody. Now we also need to figure out what are going to be some of like the minute restrictions, because you know Twitch is just getting rid of it, like their the whole clip system, like like 48 hours and whatnot, with a 48-hour limit, you know, for continuous streaming and whatnot. But for Patreon to offer 24/7, this does give you guys another out or another way to create, like, say, pre-done content and just host it like a TV show, for instance, 24/7. So that is going to be really, really special. We also know that the streaming limit for like YouTube does allow for a limited, but you only can get up to about 10 separate streams each day or something like that, right? So Patreon entering this field is, I feel like it's very interesting, because I don't think they're going to take over like the live streaming platforms in any shape or form. But for people who already are making life-changing amount of money on Patreon, this does offer another option. We already know that multi-streaming has become a way for a lot of content creators to grow their influence as well as to grow their audience. So for people out there who are already considering doing live streaming, this does give you guys another leg up. Now, for those people who do podcasts, this especially can give you guys a leg up, because you already have your content that you're most likely posting to Patreon. And now this gives you another incentive to probably introduce a new tier where there's a chat for that Patreon, and that chat is just there for your Patreons exclusively. You know, this also does give leeway for those people that have, you know, free Patreons. Like, because the Patreon has, of course, paid options, but there's a lot of people who could join as a free member. So now you can start thinking about those free members and try to utilize what you want to do live stream wise for your Patreon. So this is like a great plan at the end of the day. I believe every content creator should have a Patreon account, because there is something out there that they should be able to monetize. For those people who are just starting their YouTube journey, absolutely look into Patreon, because the only other option or alternative to Patreon is one of the newest websites that's coming up called WAP, and that just debuted a few months ago. But I'll be talking about WAP in a different video, because it deserves its own video. Plus there's more incentives to talk about WAP in a separate video, and I'll let you guys know when we get there pretty soon. So what do you guys think about this? For those people who already have Patreon accounts, is this something that you're excited with? And for those of you who aren't or don't have a Patreon account, is this something that you might want to consider more, that we have live streaming coming to the forefront? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and with that said, I'll be catching you guys for the next video. So stay tuned, everyone. It's your boy Ricard, and I'm out. Doses.